Yeah. So the WNBA coming back is a little weird because with coronavirus, they issued any player that's worried about their own health can get a medical waiver. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they had a couple hundred players. They're thinking 15 to 30 of them might say, I have sickle cell, or I have, the trait that carries something, or whatever. Okay. Elena Delle is a former, college star out of Delaware. She is a ridiculous talent. 6'5", 185 pounds, averaging 20 and a half points per game, 7 rebounds. These are for her career. Okay. 20 and a half, 7 for her career. 47% field goal, 39% from three, 94% from free throw. She is the best women's basketball player, in my opinion, right now. Okay? To give you reference, 68 NBA players have averaged 20 points per game in their careers. Only 3 in the WNBA have done that in their careers. Some are very close, but we're there. And the reason this is such a big deal is because she has Lyme disease. Okay, Lyme disease is not something to mess with. She put out a quote where she applied for a waiver. She got denied that waiver. Okay, so she went to the media and she's like, hey, I'm going to tell my story if you guys want to deny this waiver. When she applied, she's like, there won't even be a question. I'm going to get this waiver. It's going to happen. This isn't a disease to mess with. She got denied, so she said, here's my typical day. I take 64 pills a day. 64 to combat this Lyme disease, to keep up her bodily functions, everything normal, regulation of different whatever's going on. Okay, that is ridiculous, right? That's an insane stressor.
My grandparents don't take that many pills, and they take a lot of pills.
It's something that no human should ever have to take a supplement 64 times a day. That's ridiculous. That's so ridiculous. And the WNBA is basically saying we are going to withhold your salary if you don't play. So this is obviously transcendental talent that is combating a disease that she has no control over, and now she has to pick between getting her paycheck or possibly risking her life.
So wait, what would be an excuse then?
That's a great question. I mean, I know if you have respiratory problem,
a medical waiver.
The only thing I can think of would be if you have a condition of repetitive pneumonia, if you easily contract pneumonia, maybe severe types of asthma where you have to use a rescue inhaler. But basically what I'm thinking is anything that attacks your respiratory system. Bronchitis might be an example. I'm not really sure. But Lyme disease, I feel is definitely one of those top ones that should have got a waiver.
I don't know.
That's not a joke.
I've heard of Lyme disease, but to be honest, I don't exactly know what it is.
I can tell you a little bit about it. I know you have to get blood work done kind of often. Obviously, if you're taking 64 pills, there's irregularities in your body that are going on that need to be managed.
Really?
I know you're more susceptible to other diseases as well. I don't get the WNBA's take on this. I really don't see what's going on.
Yeah, I'm looking here. I'm just seeing. I'm just curious. I guess is this not a disease that has been listed by the CDC or something as far as something that if you have it, the coronavirus is not supposed to make it worse or something? I don't know.
It could be a situation like that, but at the same time, if she contracted coronavirus with all these other medications going on in her body, she wouldn't even know how that's going to affect her physically also. That COVID and whatever other supplements she's putting in her body, that could all have an adverse effect on her later. And she's obviously, she's the best. I don't know who's better than her at all. But I've thought this for a while, is that she can be the best women's basketball player ever.
Mm-hmm.
And stats don't lie. She's top 5 in blocks, rebounds, points, free throw percentage, and fantasy points since she's been in the league. So
it's also
I think the WNBA got it wrong here. They need to reevaluate this, I think.
Yeah. If you're gonna give waivers, I don't. It's very, or at least a portion of the salary, I guess. Right. You're not playing the games, but the only thing I'll say is for the WNBA is they already don't necessarily make a whole lot of money, and she's clearly a star. Like, I mean, the NBA might play hardball a little bit more with a LeBron James
Hmm.
than they
Yeah,
would,
yeah,
with Joe Blow. Like, okay, hold on. Like, we need to talk here. Like, we can't have you missing the NBA Finals right now. Like this, you're our you are the face of the league, basically. Like we need you.
but at the same time, in the NBA, LeBron misses a year, his bank account's not hurting. You know, like she is making obviously a lot more than like the typical Joe Schmo guy is, but she's making less than an NBA rookie would make right now. She's only making $225,000.
Right.
I mean, I know when you say only, that's before taxes or anything. That's before whatever else is coming out of there. And I don't know if you guys know this or not. I think she has a little sibling who's been battling autism, or some kind of like disability like that, and she's been supporting her family using her WNBA salary as like her main support. So she loses that, she's hurt in a whole lot of directions. I mean, medically, obviously, her sponsorships might fall, and she's missing that main chunk of her income.
Fair enough. Let me see here. Hold on. It does. I just actually see. This came out earlier that Mystics to pay Ella Deladon's salary, but
Okay, well that's good then.
agent says concerns remain. Question whether her status is reigning it to be MVP impacted the being denied. The Mystics announced that she is on the roster and will be paid her salary even if she does not play. So the Mystics say that. So I guess was it the WNBA that denied it, and now
Correct.
okay. So that's all right. So the Mystics are actually the ones that are coming out and being like, "Well, I don't care what the WNBA says. That's my player.
Okay. And
I'm
that's
paying her."
Yeah, and that's the thing that like kind of rubbed me the wrong way is like, how is the WNBA gonna put out that they're gonna withhold her salary when each individual team has the budgeting to work with salaries? Like, it's not the NBA doesn't keep all that either. Like, each individual team does that. WNBA, same deal. So I was just confused on that. Like, I don't know. Obviously, the WNBA doesn't want to lose their money with she's an exciting player to watch and all that, and she sells tickets. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think the Mystics
they
owner
gotta
is
take
the
the long route.
same as the Wizards. Ted Leonsis. I think he owns the Wizards, the Caps, and the Mystics.
Yeah, so he's been paying John Wall to be hurt this whole time. I mean, he's fine with wasting money.
Yeah, chairman of the Washington Capitals. Does he own both? I think he owns all three. But yeah, that's interesting as far as that has to be their thought process though. Like it has nothing to do with her disease. They're just looking at this as and nothing to do with her personally or anything like that. This is not personal
Yeah,
or any like this is just okay, you are the face of our league. You're the reigning WNBA MVP. I know the Mystics won the
yeah,
finals last year. I'm sure she was probably the WNBA. I can't remember who was the
yeah.
MVP of
Finals
the final.
MVP, I'm
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
yeah. So that's exactly what they're thinking. Is like okay, like it may have only tried to be like a tactic of just getting her to the negotiation table. Like okay, what can we do to make you like to get you to play? Like how can we make
yeah,
you feel as safe as possible
yeah,
to get to it? And when you're a layman out here, and it rubbed me the wrong way too as a layman. I'm not some great business person, but if you think about it, like as a layman, hearing that you're like, what an a-hole. But
yeah,
it could just be some sort of tactic to get her to the negotiation table, and because I'm sure she's probably made up her mind at this point. But maybe they want to
yeah,
try to get it to be where she could um, potentially play, but I don't know. So it's also interesting. This brings up, or like this just made me think of this question too, as a whole nother aside of so players are getting medical waivers, but I guess they're not getting any sort of waivers to fight social justice, right?
correct. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that from either side,
So if they don't
WNBA or
play,
NBA.
if they don't play due to social justice, they don't get paid.
Correct. That would be a
Okay.
form of peaceful protest. Peaceful protest is outside of their CBA, I think.
Right. Fair enough. Yeah. Well. Yeah. You would love to
Huge hit.
see. Yeah. You would love to see Elena Delle play, but it sounds like she's not going to, and the Mystics have made the decision that they will pay her. Ted
If you
Leonsis.
haven't checked out the article that she put out in the Players Tribune either, she got real emotional about it because she felt, at least the way I read the article, it just felt like she was attacked for whatever reason. Obviously, she was probably very emotional, very raw when she wrote it. But there's a lot of quotes that I pulled from there about like the 64 pills, and she never even thought like it was a question about she would get a waiver or not. Like she's just like, I'll get a waiver because of this disease, and that's how she kind of felt about it.
And also I'll just say this: what I'm saying is all here, like, is just my opinion. Like, I don't know any facts of what they were actually. Maybe they were just a-holes. Maybe they just looked at her.
I mean, yeah, right.
Maybe they were just like, no, you're playing. We need you to play, and I don't care about any disease you have. Like, you're playing this tournament. Maybe that's all. Maybe that's what they were like. I was kind of more just taking a practical approach to it. But yeah, maybe they were just complete jerks about it. And luckily for her, she plays for a great owner in Ted. What's up, guys? Thanks for watching to the end of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. The like button is on this side for mobile. If you have any of your own thoughts or questions, comment down below. We may just answer it next video. Thanks. See ya.